Did you see how Instagram went completely violent yesterday?
Yeah. It was.
What are they violent
Bro,
about?
that was I was like watching like last night till like 3 a.m.
There was some kind of an error with Meta changed something in their algorithm. And
Every person, like people getting shot and killed and stabbed, and it just kept going and going. It was like insane. I couldn't stop watching.
Was it just violent content that was getting
all
posted?
the most violent content you can find on the internet was on Instagram.
And sexy content
for like
porn.
Holy cow!
Straight up like interview.
No, I didn't see any porn stuff. I just saw violent stuff.
I'm just going from what Zuckerberg said.
Oh, really? Okay. No, I just saw like all the.
He's trying to put a good face on it.
Yeah.
he really is. He really
sure,
is.
you saw that fucking Belarusian guy get his head caved in by a bunch of degenerates, but you may have also seen tits.
That's what he was trying to do. And by the way, the Belarusians are the bad guys, Taylor. Get that straight, okay? If someone's
you tell me where that video was from.
Hero.
Where was that video from? That
Belarus?
Was somebody getting hammered?
Yes.
The Russians.
It was some Eastern European country.
The Russians hammer people. They do that.
It was Russian then? Okay, well, then some Russian guy got smoked by some.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of like CQB footage from the
guys.
Ukraine you could see on Instagram too, like tons of stuff. I thought.
You know, they loved it.
Did you see the knife fight video where so did you know that Putin gave that guy a medal? The guy who won the knife fight?
Really? Eh?
Yeah, gave him a medal, and then he got to meet Steven Seagal. And so there's a photo of the knife fight winner and Steven Seagal together. The knife fight winner looks like Mongolian, like he's got that Asian.
Oh, really?
Like Eurasian look to him, like he was on the fucking steps back. He's 100% a Genghis Khan descendant over there knife fighting in Ukraine. And
he was. Do you think he was like? They're like Putin's like, and I give you this Medal of Freedom of Russia, and he's like, thank you. And then they're like, and you meet a famous movie star, and he's like, that is okay.
He's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. No,
I would like to go back to my Mongolian home. Yeah, is it Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Close.
Jet Li? Chris Tucker at least? Like, nah, it's like the worst piece of shit.
Zach from Saved by the Bell?
Yeah.
It's the worst.
We've got Kirk Cameron here.
Seagal's really good though at like that bullshitsu, that like pretending like you're a Lisco. No, like okay, I'm told he's very good at Aikido. That he's an Aikido.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
But what I think he's good at is like the bullshittery of creating a kung fu mystique about himself.
Yeah.
And then immersing himself in communities that are actually full of hard asses. Like he does UFC stuff. He was super famously, he supposedly trained Anderson Silva on a front kick that he then, who was it that he face kicked and KO'd in that fight?
Vitor Belfort, maybe?
Maybe. It was spectacular. It was this teep front kick straight up the middle under his chin, KO'd him. Seagal's like, I taught him that technique. And of course, like, what's his name? The fighter has enough sense of humor to be like, "Oh yes, Master Seagal." He taught me that technique, and then like all of his boys are like, "Yeah, Master Seagal taught us that technique." Meanwhile, it's Anderson Silva, one of the greatest martial artists who's ever been born.
Yeah,
like he probably invented the fucking technique, or he learned it from the guy who did, or he's just a natural fucking athletic martial artist and he just did some shit. But he didn't learn from Van Damme, and so it created this thing where everybody does it now. And it's Seagal. I'm sorry. Seagal will like go and like work out with the new champ Perea or
he always
Masvidal.
ingratiates himself with someone on top.
Yeah, and they'll refer to him and like later on they'll be like tongue in cheek. Like Masvidal was like, well, Master Seagal, he had a lot of input. And
I bet you Seagal's just soaking it all in too.
Oh yeah, they're just mocking him to his face. He's a complete joke, and I think he's a sex pest. I'm almost positive he's a.
I wouldn't doubt it, bro.
Which is my favorite new term, sex pest. I love that.
Pest.
Yeah, sex pest.
Jesus. You ever see Michael J. White talk about him? Of how they had to stop him from beating the crap out of him and stuff? Like, geez.
Oh yeah, I went down the rabbit hole. I've heard everybody's stories
about him. Yeah, I know. So many good stories.
He's assaulted other actors.
Yep.
Always,
I think we talked about this before too. Yeah.
Yeah, always beating up stuntmen, like just a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's hard. What you gonna do?
Yeah,
they don't make him like they used to. But come on, like back in the 80s, he was cool. Like he was the shit back in the day. His movies were dope. It was like whether he was actually good martial artist or not. There's a whole different question. You ever see him run? Oh yeah, the Steven Seagal run is hilarious. It's classic.
He's the worst.
It kind of like has sent me videos of him running, and you know how like you can see someone run and realize like, all right, there's a low chance this person was ever athletic. Like they would be run normally, even if they were like old and fat. Like you could see the mechanics of like, okay, that person probably used to be an athlete.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like he ever was an athlete. Like he was a weightlifter, a big jacked guy. But
I don't think he lifted weights. He did a keto.
Wasn't he like
martial
huge?
No, he wasn't muscular. He was just tall.
6'4". He's 6'4".
Wasn't he the guy who thought he had bigger arms than Arnold though?
No. That's Jesse the Body Ventura.
Okay. Well, then I missed it. Never mind then. I thought he was at least jacked back in the day. Never mind.
That's the guy from Minnesota.
He was a governor.
Now he lives in the Baja.
I say I was a SEAL and get upset if people press me on it.
A frog man. He was a frog man.
On Opie and Anthony, like I remember he was a guest there, and like Anthony would be like, and he's always saying he's a Navy SEAL, but he was a frog man, and that was prior to when they were made a part of the SEALs, and so he's like almost pretending that he was a part of something before that thing he's saying was even really a thing. And who's to say? I know that Jim Norton owned him in their little arguments when he tried to like intimidate Jimmy, and Jimmy's like, get the hell out of here with your Rocky Horror hairdo.
Jim Norton was hilarious back in the day, bro. Oh my god.
Oh, on O&A, Jimmy was just so fucking
love
funny.
Listening to that show in the States. That was so good.
Yes.
It was like, wow.
That was it's a damn shame when Anthony lost it on Twitter and wrecked the show. Then they had to try and do Opie and Jim, and that did not pan out.
I used to listen to him. I used to listen to Bubba the Love Sponge.
Zach, show me Ant's most recent tweet. No need to cherry pick. What's the last thing Anthony Cumia?
Hold on, let's make sure it's not against terms of service.
You might want to watch it, yeah.
Probably just a picture of a crowd with the caption "mongrels."
Oh Jesus!
It's probably something like that. He is wild on Twitter.
How far we've fallen, bro.
I check in every now and then, and it's always something wacky.
What Jesus? Sometimes you see your heroes go down, right? Like it's.
I don't think he's changed at all. He's just hard in the paint over there on Twitter.
Goodness gracious.
Self-medicating this poor bastard needs to do to silence the monsters must be astounding. Diddy and company really fucked him up. Justin Bieber seems happier in new video. Oh man, Bieber's he's on one there.
Careful just scrolling Anthony's feed.
Yeah,
he's in trouble at some point.
Yeah, I don't want to look at it. I want to hear about it. The next one's literally going to be something awful, I'm sure.
Yeah.